What's up, everyone? Daddy Robux here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Karis is the DM through the series, so I'm going to turn it over to her for the recap. Good, Karis.
Session. The party woke in the Tourmaline mine, with the kobold leader behaving very differently from the day before, Thales hearing a repeating distress signal, and the blizzard having subsided enough for travel back to town. In Tourmaline, the speaker needed verification before paying the reward for clearing the monster from the mine, so the party escorted him to perform said verification. And that taken care of, we then solidified the Kobold labor movement, ensuring that their cut will be available for them when they return to town, and headed to Targos to claim their reward for the rescues on Kelvin's Cairn. Gidley, of course. In Targos now, the Luskan Arms Inn was the place to catch up with the adventure guide and collect on the reward, and to see Speaker Nerith about an interesting tax plan that also addresses the sacrifice issue, which the Tourmaline speaker assured us that of course he would be very interested in. However, we then proceeded to start a riot among the citizens, waiting for the speaker to address said sacrifice issues because the speaker turned out to be unreceptive to the proposal. Yeah, well, and the Luskan Arms now being too rowdy, our heroes relocated to the Three Flags Sailing Tavern for a quiet meal. The local fishermen also had the never-ending winter and ineffective sacrifices on their minds. And conversation led to our party offering to find and kill the Frostmaiden herself. Sure, why not? Heartened with hope, the locals agreed to even provision the party for said expedition. But Thales is still hearing the distress call over and over and over from somewhere off to the south, the opposite direction from the Sea of Moving Ice, where Auriel is probably to be found. And a nearby shipwright is also hearing it and offered 100 gold to have it stopped, an incentive dear to the hearts of our adventure capitalists. Accepting the shipwright's hospitality for the night to get a good night's sleep, except for Thales hearing that distress call. A whole 100 gold, yeah. We now begin the next morning, waking to find Landar's place empty but for a folded piece of parchment. I will now turn it over to you.
Well, the obvious explanation is he has went ahead, try and secure the route to this whatever on his own.
It seems likely. Let's see what this says, and I'll grab the parchment and take a peek.
Grabbing the parchment and taking a peek, which I have here somewhere. Aha, here's the parchment. One piece of parchment. My dearest friends, Icewind Dale is rich in flora. However, this winter cold is hiding the wonderful nature under the snow. It is my duty to uncover all that this land has to offer. It has been wonderful knowing you since I first met you in the mines. Thank you, Thales, for the great conversation we shared that night. I leave you now to continue my research of cataloging the flora of this land. Signed, Landar Janth Stormwind.
Seems he's left in the name of research.
Hmm.
But if we spend some time traveling around, who knows? We may bump into him again. After all, the north isn't that big.
He's a foul coward. Couldn't even say goodbye to our faces. I would have had many more fish and meat for him to take on his way. Instead, he left when we were sleeping. No respect.
How does he expect to last so long without us in this wild, untamed land?
I'd say of all of us, he's probably one of the better equipped, with the exception of Azathoth here. Considering his mastery of being able to manipulate ice and snow, probably doesn't affect him as much as it would the rest of us.
Still, it is unwise to travel alone anywhere.
Oh, that I can't argue with. But on the plus side, that's one less person to share the gold with when we get paid.
I can't believe I fell in with you, greedy lot.
It's not greed. I need the money for my research.
We need the money for our survival. Without adequate funding, we surely won't survive in the cold and ice.
I suppose you speak true.
Of course.
Well, we're not going to make anything sitting in here.
I guess that'll be it then. We should be off.
So, are we going to head to the discover the source of this signal and see if we can put a stop to it?
Well, you complained of it before, but now that there is money involved, I think we probably should.
Switching to the Icewind Dale map as we discuss what path you're going to take.
So you said that it's somewhere to the south.
Mhm.
Okay. Well,
Too loud.
guess.
And the
Guess we're
proposed path to go take on the Frostmaiden is up here.
Yep. Okay. Well, I guess we head to Bryn Shander and maybe follow the road south.
All right.
That's
Out from. Go ahead.
nope. I was just gonna agree.
Okay. Well, so heading out. Let's see here. So it's early morning. The weather looks kind of blustery and cloudy. It's still pretty early in the morning. The sun has not yet peeped up its head over the mountains to look down. You have not yet seen your host, the shipwright. But on the other hand, he's probably having a restless time with this continued gurgly, grady, gooey sound going through his head over and over and over. So, heading off towards Bryn Shander, and it is 2 hours to Bryn Shander. Road travels are pretty good. You aren't seeing much traffic on the road this morning. You intend to go into town at Bryn Shander or just go through the gates and out the other side?
That is a question. Do we have need to stop and get anything? I don't think so.
I don't.
No, not really. Not really anything we can get.
It's mid-morning and there's about almost as much daylight as there's going to be.
Well, let's just keep hoofing it.
Okay. So, heading towards the south. Are you going to take the, what's this called? The 10 trail?
Yep. I thought that was the plan. Follow the trail so that we can make decent
As far as you
time.
can.
Yeah.
Okay, so heading on your way south, making pretty good time as you go along. Any particular conversation you want to have? Anything you're looking out for? As you start getting far enough down here, I should leave the markers on the let's see, so from Targos it went this way, from Bryn Shander it went this way, from here it seems to be coming from that way.
Okay, well, I mean, looking at the terrain, which I guess we could, once we get around this kind of ridge here, we can cut between and start heading this way.
Maybe we should have got a sled. Anywho.
Yeah, should have thought of that either back in Targos or Bryn Shander.
Didn't we have a sled? I thought we totally got one from the goblins.
No, that's one that had iron on it.
Yeah,
that we
the
took.
iron
Yeah.
belonged to someone else, but the sled was ours. we just abandoned
I don't
it.
think you
in
ever
Tar-
reclaimed the sled. No.
No.
You did have a
Shit.
sled. You did have a sled for a while coming off of Kelvin's cairn.
Damn it, I think we left it in Tourmaline.
I think you left it in Tourmaline.
We're gonna go get our sled.
Better be there when we get back.
All right. Well, so if you're
somehow
gonna
it's
head,
Pip's fault.
okay, if you're gonna head off the trail about here, I am gonna need a marching order. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I have tokens up here. We do not have Landar with us, and that's this token.
Right. He abandoned us. I'm very upset.
He abandoned you, yes. I'll move your tokens down a little closer to where we are. Okay, so give me a marching order here. How are we going to progress as you strike out off the road and into the frozen tundra?
Well, I mean, not that it's a competition or anything, but Azathoth would be eyeballing Cairo and making sure that I'm always walking a step or two ahead of him. You know, I want to be in the front. And if it wasn't a competition, it is now.
Tarly's will actually go behind Cairo if that's okay, because I mean he's the one with the brain compass, sort of telling him where it's coming from. So he's gonna need to communicate that forward.
The brain compass. Can we
Yep.
add that to the D&D lexicon? That's...
Under psychic phenomenon, brain compasses. Now all he has to do is sort of turn his head and it's like, I think it's that way. Okay, so if Azathoth's in front, let's see what's going to happen as you sort of take out across. As you get kind of a ways off the trail, it seems almost a little darker, like you're getting some flurries of snow, but it's almost like the wind is blowing it up from the ground rather than snow falling from above. And I mean, the overcast isn't all of that heavy. As you head out, I need either a survival or a perception from Azathoth if you're out in front.
yes, of course. No!
Oh, yes, of course! Oh, I love
Oh, why?
Okay, well, it's not a competition, of course. So
Confidently
Alex.
sees everything.
If it was a competition, you'd be losing.
Well, nobody else rolled, so I'm currently winning.
You're currently winning.
Yep, I was the only one that had to roll, and I did, so I won.
So you, Azathoth, you are striding off very confidently. You know that you are going in the right direction. You've got Tolly's behind going, I think it's a little more that way. Oh, never mind. I guess we're going this way.
Obviously, you're wrong. I know the way.
Obviously, he's wrong. And just as Tolly's is about to throw up his hands and it's like, and giving up, there's a kind of cackling sound off to the left.
I'm
And
gonna
then it's echoed
reach
off to the right.
for my weapon.
And there's more of a cackling, kind of a wheezing. And,
cast
oh,
Mage
what do
Armor.
we hear? Who is gone astray?
Now you cast Mage Armor? Huh.
Yeah, should have done it earlier, but
Who is
Are
out
you
there?
guys... Who's out here? Who's out here indeed? Who is out here? Who are you? And are you good to eat?
Ah,
no.
you would find me very unpleasant to eat. I am nothing but muscle. No fat to make my meat tasty and sinewy.
The sound that was cackling that was off to the left is kind of split in two, and now it's sort of circling around you, and you're starting to feel a little bit surrounded.
I don't like the sound of this.
I don't like the sound of this. What do you think?
Okay,
Should
I
we
think
give him the sound of this?
I think you wish for a quick death if you continue to hinder us. I like how as soon as I talk, Junior puts his hand on his forehead.
Hinder you! Hinder you! And nobody's giving me any perception checks, so you're still just hearing voices. You aren't seeing anything.
hold on. Here's what I would like to do. Okay, paladins have the ability to sense evil creatures around them, right?
Oh, yes.
Divine sense.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
that's...
I'd like to use that.
Yeah, let me see. Are these actually evil? Yes, they are. What's your divine sense say? Passive of 16, does that help? Okay. Wait, that's the mage hand. Mage armor.
Divine sense senses creature types, not alignments.
Okay, creature types and alignments. All right. So you have got some humanoids, and you have 7 of them around you.
No, he needs to link it. It's specific.
Link it. Yes, link it. It's not undead, so that won't help.
No, it's open your awareness. Location. Celestial, fiend, or undead. It specifically is only
You don't
those.
know anything about it. You don't know anything about this, then.
Oh, all right.
These are neither celestials, fiends, nor undead.
I would like to hide behind Cairo.
Very brave.
You think? Can we take them? Oh, there's that small one in the back. I think we can take him.
He is off limits.
Okay, I think I'd like to... Well, hold on. I'm thinking of casting Compel Duel on one of them, but I think I need to be able to see them, don't I? Yeah, one creature I can see within range, and I can't see any of them, so never mind.
Give me a
something-
perception. They are moving, and there isn't a lot of cover out here in this scrubby area. No, you can't see them.
I did a
something that
perception
I
15
Jesus.
earlier. I don't know if you saw
Oh,
that.
perception 15 earlier. Oh, okay. So you actually catch a glimpse of one. Scrawny, starving, slathering.
Hmm.
They kind of slink around. And you're hearing cackles and chuckles from all around you.
You want me to roll perception as well, or can we go with my passive and hope that's good enough?
Yeah, I can go with your passive and hope that's good enough.
Well, if I can see it hiding
Oh,
within
one of
the
them. You
snow.
caught a glimpse of one of them as it went past, so you knew where it was. Yes, go ahead then.
Well, then I would like to say hello. Reach out with our skeletal touch and see if we can give 'em a little how do you do.
Good, good. Let's move to the random encounters page and roll
Oh
some
no.
initiative.
I'm gonna move because I did say I was hiding behind Cairo.
You're on the other side of Cairo from where I'm standing.
That is quite a few no's. Ah, boo.
Circling around you.
There is a lot of them.
Yes, that is all. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? No, I'm not missing anybody. I got everybody. All right. I will give Azathoth's chill touch first.
Yay.
I assume you're going the one more directly. Yeah.
It was whichever one I had seen. And I don't know which one that
Yeah,
was.
you were
get it.
you were tracking this one, and with a 23, I'm sure that 23 hits. Yes, that 23 hits. The chill touch, and so you reach out this like a ghostly hand, and and the thing squeaks and moves a little faster away, and I don't think it's. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Go ahead and give me some damage.
It did?
10. Ooh. And this thing practically withers in front of you. It's already practically skeletal form, sort of shrinking and cringing away, and they start moving slightly backwards a little bit. Now, not quite as sure they want to take you on, endwise.
I'm gonna take a shot at that one up there, that one close to me.
Ooh, he isn't going to be quite as sure that he wants to look at you. Oh, thank you. Sorry. I forgot to hit the start button.
Okay.
Ah. So your crossbow goes off and the bolt shoots out, and it sort of squeals a little and ducks past as it dives kind of behind a little bit of the snow and manages to dodge away from your bolt. What else are you doing? I like the rainbow thing going around the token. That's cool.
I'll move a little bit closer to the party and end my turn there.
All right. Iroh, what are you gonna do?
All right. I think I am going to cast Wrathful Smite on myself and stride over here. Make that here and engage with the nearest knoll.
All right. Give me your attack. Ooh. Wait, Wrathful Smite. That adds to your weapon attack,
Yeah.
correct?
So he.
Correct.
Yeah. So give me your weapon attack. Ooh. Okay, give me some damage. You come up with your great axe and you just cleave at this thing. And what are you doing to my poor little knoll? My poor little starving knoll. And then it adds the 1 psychic damage to the 10 slashing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who has a great big gash right there through the collarbone, and it's not looking at all good. Anything else, Cairo?
I think that'll be it.
Azatoth.
So, hearing the voices coming from all around us, instead of running out to the knolls, I'm going to step in closer to the rest of the party. Stay near me. I'll protect you. And I'm also going to cast a spell. And we are going to... Where is it? We are going to cast Mirror Image. So now there are multiple Azathoths all standing at attention. And as I move, they mirror my my movements. So I have my glaive out, and there's a little army of us here standing at the ready for all of our friends to come in and attack.
Okay, so how many did you just say there are 4 of you now?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. Anything else?
Nope. So I'm just gonna stand here, and we are going to wait.
Hollies.
All right. Well, Tally's is gonna go ahead and shoots out a firebolt at the knoll over at the back there.
Make your attack.
Feel the pain.
Ah! It burns! It burns as this thing startles as it has a scorch mark on its forearm.
All right. Following that, I'm gonna kind of extend my arm, and a blade of, yeah, I'm gonna go with psychic. Blade of psychic energy just appears. It's like a shadowy black blade that seems to almost kind of hum in the back of your mind. Don't worry about the damage. It's just a bonus action to cast.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Because this is a flavored shadow blade, right?
Yep. And that's it. That's my turn.
What are you gonna do?
I am going to move closer. And then I, not wanting to get involved, am going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Which it requires a wisdom save to hit before hitting you?
Yes.
Before being able to target you? Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, and the gnolls are going to rush in. I think, I can't tap the right. I hate this mouse. 30 feet is, ooh, right up to it. How convenient. These guys are gonna sort of rush in around.
Before you start moving everybody, this guy was the one who moved in
Yes.
first. So I will use my
Yes.
opportunity attack.
Yes.
And we're gonna whack him. No, we're not.
Well, you whack at him, but Pip right there in between, he sort of turned and you made sure you were not going to hit him, and that kind of put off the aim of your glaive.
Okay.
And so they are coming in and they are cackling at the, except for this one that is moving side to side and kind of wondering, does he actually want to come in? And so I'll start with the gnoll that is engaged with Cairo. And he is startled enough. He's not even going to use the spear in his hand. He is going to bite at you. And that, I am sure, does not hit. Not
Yep,
a
it's a miss.
paladin in full plate mail. Not gonna make. Alrighty. But the others, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them that have come in to attack at the party. And let me make sure I can see who I'm attacking at. All right. We are doing two-handed spears. The first one is against Tully's. The second one is against Pip. The third one is going to
Can't
go
attack Pip
against...
unless it passes a save.
That is very true. Let me get the save. That does not attack Pip. The next one is going to attack at Azathoth, and I know we're going to have to mark, and if it hits, we'll have to see which one it hits. And the last one is going to attack. It's not going to hit.
Yeah.
Anything, and the last one is going to go at Andwise.
It's also a miss.
Any of those anywhere in there hit?
Yeah, the one that hit Tally's.
That was the 19.
I thought you had mage armor. Oh.
I do. That puts my AC
19.
at 18.
That one got in a lucky hit.
That was the one I wanted to myrtleize.
They're coming in and harrying at the party with their cackling laughs. Because they haven't really been smushed yet, most of them. All right, so that's going to bring us then back to the top of the round. And what is Andwise doing?
Oh, god damn it.
What were you constant? Oh, that's your Shadow Blade.
It's my Shadow Blade.
Oh, no!
All right, I'm gonna look up over where they originally came from like up here. Do I see any rocks on the ground?
You see sort of an uneven, broken tundra terrain.
Perfect. I'm gonna grab a rock. Basically from like right in this area here.
An actual rock might take some doing that. It's a clod of earth, of snow-covered earth would be really easy. But go ahead, and you are. Oh lordy. Yes, of course you are. I'm doing dex saves. For our viewers at home, go ahead and link the spell. Catapult, yes. 17.
Wait,
and we
doesn't
have to do a
catapult stop after it hits an object?
It hits the first one. The first one it hits.
But it's gonna keep going. It either all three miss or it's gonna smack one of them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the first one saved. That's the one next to Tully's. The one by Pip. It hit the one by Pip. Ugh.
So
and
good.
it just splatted into it, and surprisingly, it actually went through some soft spots where there was hanging flesh and all that, and yeah, it did some major damage there. Anything else? She asks, as if that wasn't enough. So we have a second one now that's not laughing so much.
No. All I've got is a bonus action, which I really can't do a whole lot with, so
You can
I'm gonna
move.
stand with.
You can move away.
I'm gonna stand with my back to Azathoth and Azathoth and Azathoth and Azathoth, and keep an eye on that one facing above me there.
Okay. Cairo.
Let's get rid of this pest.
Ooh.
So whining. Go ahead and roll your damage. Ooh, it's still alive. It's still alive.
Well, that's +1.
+1? Oh, it's still alive.
Why +1?
It's still alive.
Oh, because it's the
smite
duration
continue
of the Wrathful Smite.
No.
Yeah, I think so. It's
Wrathful Smite, it lasts until you use it. Like, if you miss, you would continue to concentrate on it. But all the smites only work one time.
Okay.
Alright. Then it's just 9. Okay.
And so not only having been cleaved, cloven, whatever the past tense of the verb is, down through his
Cleft it.
clavicle last time. Now he's got a slice coming out at his side on the other side, and there's just this little thread of null left before this thing falls apart into two. Anything else, Cairo?
No, I think that's it.
And this one's not cackling; it's whining. As a toss.
All right. We are going to lash out with our glaive at the one next to Pip.
All right.
So 12. That's one for me! And then I turn around and try to hit the one in front of Tales with the butt end of the glaive.
Okay. Over the top of Pip's head, yes.
Bonk.
Oh, good lord. Go for it. Oh, good. It'll survive yet another round, or at least maybe it will survive the round.
And then I'm done.
It's like you back shit in the head. It's like, oh! Okay. Tales.
All right.
The one in front of you just got a good thwack in the head as it ducked trying to evade the butt of that glaive.
Sure did. I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade again. Sorry, ignore that. It's just
Yep.
track it.
I know. Roll20 handles Shadow Blade oddly.
And I'm gonna stick with the damage, and I'll go ahead and attack it. The lighting's normal, right? Or are we in dim light, darkness?
We are not in dim light.
Okay.
It is, I mean, it is
Middle of the
early
day, right?
afternoon. It's as close to full daylight as Icewind Dale gets.
Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna slash.
And it, having ducked out of the way of that glaive butt and all that, manages to continue ducking underneath your blade. And it just past it.
Okay. That's it.
You have a broken and bloodied dead Null in front of you. And then there's another one next to you that's dancing with Tales. What are you doing? Yep. Junior?
Sorry, I'm having some
There you go.
issues.
Okay. Just making sure you were still with us there.
I want to cast Shield of Faith on Tales.
Okay. Link it so that our friends at home and me remember what it does.
+2 AC.
+2 AC?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Okay, Tales, you are protected a little more.
Tales gives Pip a good nod.
Anything else, Pip?
No, that's all.
Okay. Well, this one is getting hammered, is just barely hanging on to life. It might be a fool, but it's a cowardly one. It's going to disengage and run away. This one here is starting to see that you are all ganging up on it, and so instead of us all ganging up on you, you're all ganging up on them, and that's not his cup of tea. He's also going to disengage and flee. This one is still kind of stupid. He's going, and this one's also stupid, and they're going to continue to engage. This one is getting mad and is going to come over, and he thinks he's coming up behind Cairo, and he can try and sneak up on Cairo from behind. This one's getting mad and is going to come in. So, first attack.
If it entered my reach, I would get an opportunity attack.
It did enter your reach. You do get an opportunity attack.
I'm
on this
sorry.
one. Yeah, of course you are.
No. 14?
Well, Well, see, you thought it was coming straight in at this one, but it turns out that was the image of you, not actually you, and so it didn't do anything.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, so now we're gonna come after you. All right. So the first one is against Andwise. Assuming I can find the attack as he pokes at you with his spear. Ha ha! Well, I don't think that's gonna get anywhere. And then the next one coming in attacks at Azathoth, and as we established, that was the image of Azathoth, and the other one is trying to attack Azathoth too. 19.
Well, I would have to roll for both of them. Because,
Oh, a 13? Okay.
well, it won't hit me, but if it hits an image. So on the first one, it hits an image. Image's AC is 12, so the first image is destroyed. Then the second one,
so
8.
this one's feeling powerful and mighty.
Uh-huh. Then the 19, I would have to roll again. A 2.
Okay,
It does
that's
not hit an image. It actually hits me.
Okay. And what's your AC? What's your AC?
18.
Okay, so it hits, and I can hit somewhere to get damage. There we go. There's our damage on that. That's those 3. And so the one sneaking up, coming up behind Cairo, and he's kind of stupid. He's cackling as he does it. So Cairo knows about it and doesn't even turn around. He just sidesteps, and the guy goes stumbling past him after his spear. Okay, that brings us back to Andwise. These guys have survived 2 full rounds. I'm so excited. I actually have a bad guy who made it to round 3.
Alright. I'm going to draw the rapier, and I'm going to attack the one next to me. If I can
Alright.
get this spell to work.
The one who's cackling at you. Ooh. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. It's right on the weapon. That's right. I remember now.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting there looking at the spell, trying to figure out why I couldn't link it. Well, there's the damage, and there's my attack.
Yes. Hey.
It's
And cackling up to you and poking at you with its little spear, and you just went boom, and that yeah. Excellent. Uh-oh. We lost Junior.
He said he's having computer issues.
We need to
I'm
pause a
gonna move
moment
over here to the other
No.
side.
It'll be fine.
for you while you work on the overlay quick.
No, it'll
Or
be
you can
fine.
you can work on that. Okay. And Andwise is moving. Anything else, Andwise?
Nope, that's it for my turn.
Bro, what are you gonna do with that pipsqueak of an all that thought it was sneaking up on you?
Finish him.
Oh, wow.
It's the law. It's the law.
You have to do it.
You know,
I
you
really
make
don't
this
think he
look
does.
easy. It's like he came up behind you, but forgot himself and was cackling, so you heard him. You stepped aside, he stumbled into you, and then he just went whack. And anything else? You didn't even hardly know. You did not muss your fur with that.
I'm going to relocate here, and that'll
Okay.
be my turn.
Do you have a second attack? I don't know what you have.
We're on level 4.
Okay.
Yeah, not yet.
All right. And that brings us back to Azathoth.
Gonna point my glaive at Cairo. Hey! These are mine. And I'm gonna attack the one in front of Cairo twice.
It might not make it to a second. Oh, it is going to survive to a second attack.
Yeah.
All right. The glaive cuts its leg off, and he's standing there, bleeding and whining, and trying to start scrabbling to get away. And you are doing your second attack.
Hey, well, wait a minute. I have something for this. When you, where is it? When you score a critical hit that deals slashing damage, you grievously wound it. Until the start of my next turn, it has disadvantage on all of its attack rolls. Well,
Okay,
hopefully it
I don't
doesn't.
think it's gonna survive. To
Hopefully it
your
doesn't
next
last
turn.
that long.
It's not gonna last that long. Give me yours. It's not gonna last that long. Oh, it's still alive. It is still alive. It was stumbling back, and you only scraped across its gut, and so its guts are spilling out. But it is still alive and whining.
Yep. That'll learn it. I'm done.
Okay, Dollies.
All right. Well, Tally's is gonna step up to this one. Just try and give it a slash with the old Shadow Blade.
Roll 20. There we go. That is a good, solid hit. And it looks like the blade just goes right through him, but all of a sudden he just cringes and flinches as he's got a massive headache.
That'll be my turn.
Pip isn't here.
Here, I got
Pip
this.
is feeling. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Go.
He was gonna be all like, "Oh, I was about to take your turn. You said you wanted to attack the knoll and lose sanctuary, right?"
I'll murder you.
Right at the moment, you do not have any gnolls immediately next to you, and in fact, there's 3 Azatoths and Tallies between you and the nearest and the 2 remaining gnolls. Yeah.
How far away is Cairo?
Pyro's on the other is little over 10 feet from you. He's on the other side of 2 of the Azatoths.
Is he next to a knoll?
He is next to a gnoll.
Give him inspiration. That's what he gets.
How dare you?
Cairo needs it more than you.
I protected you. I thought we were friends.
Well, that sucks.
Is this one going to survive to flee? I think he's going to. He's going to disengage and flee. This one, now finding that he is all alone amongst all these strong enemies that have just sort of torn apart the others, he's also going to flee, disengage and flee. And the cackling and whining scatters off in all directions, and it fades off into the distance.
All 3 of the Azatoths are going to raise their fists into the air, shake them violently. That's right! You better run!
Are you guys going to chase after them?
What is their movement speed?
Well, from what you can see based on how they are moving now, it seems to be about the same sort of speed most people have.
So less than 120?
What I'm hearing is they're still currently in everyone's range.
Still currently in everyone's range. I mean, these 2 have fled off a little further. But they are all within 120-foot range, yes.
Okay, I'm just waiting for the tracker to say it's my turn.
And look at that, the tracker says it's your
Alright.
turn.
The guy down on the bottom left of the map, the first one that
Uh-huh.
fled, I'm going to use my inspiration from last week, and I'm going to shoot at him.
Fish for the crit.
Shame. He goes scuttling off, whining and running in fear, and a bolt hits him in the back, and he just splats on his face. Ooh, and I even have a splat emote for the folks on Twitch. Okay, and you moved. Anything else?
Nope.
Oh, okay, Cairo.
Okay. Yeah, you
That's a
see
tough.
that? Do you see that one up there that I just pinged?
No, I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. Please ping me again. Yes, that one. The closest one to you. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take out my hand axe and throw it.
Okay.
You have inspiration. Use the inspiration.
Yeah, I use my inspiration on that.
Don't think
Okay, give you're a D6, Pip?
I got you. Bam.
Hey, also, this guy's movement
14.
speed was reduced. He got cut.
Ah, true. True. So he's not quite that far. It's only about here. Unfortunately, as inspired as you are, you took this a little too cavalierly, a little too much hubris. You just sort of threw it half-heartedly, and it goes woof, 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 past the ear of the gnoll, who yips and ducks to the side, and it misses, and it lands in the snow next to him.
That's okay. It's
Anything
my
else?
action. Nope.
Azathoth?
Oh, it's me?
He did not get a death count on that one yet.
No. So the Azathoths will run forward, giving a mighty cry, ah! As we attack. Yeah.
And just slice through it on your way past. Are you continuing on?
I move up 5 feet closer to this guy,
Mhm.
but I think that's it. I don't have anything. Oh, I do have some. Oh wait, as a bonus action. I can. All right. So since he's so far away, and I rightly can't, swing an attack. Instead, I'm just going to point my hand and conjure up a snowball and fling it at him. I'm coming for you.
Splat in the back of his skull, and that's a mighty splat for a snowball.
That is.
That was a very effective snowball. Okay, let's see.
that's
You've
it,
done
okay.
all your stuff. Let's go to Tallies.
All right. Let's see. Yep, he's within 90 feet. Tallies is
Yes,
gonna
he is. He's about 60 feet away.
Tallies is gonna conjure a bolt of lightning
One
that
sort
is
of.
gonna race
ahead.
forward and hopefully take that null out.
Wow.
Let's see. Yep. Not quite. Okay. So it is lightning, and it goes right through him and crackling around as he's running and scampering. He freezes for a moment in his scamper, and he's whimpering. He is still whimpering after that mighty strike.
That's it.
Yep. Yep. You with us?
Yes.
Good.
I don't know who comes after me. No one. Well, I
Everyone comes
simply
after
am
you one
going.
time or another.
Pip sees that the situation is over. People are running away, and they're cleaning up. So Pip is really just gonna kind of, I don't know, sit down, maybe just walk around, find something else to do, maybe over this direction, because I don't want to see them get murdered. I'm gonna turn around and kind of twiddle my thumbs until it's over.
Hey. Nope. Seeing nothing. Nope. I don't see any of the murderization in progress. And we have 2 remaining that are going to continue running. And let's see, the one with reduced speed is gone.
The one
Right,
with reduced speed is dead.
Yeah, that's what I meant by gone. Yes. Thank you for the clarification. My wording was ambiguous. So that one's 60 feet out. That one's 90 feet out. Okay, they're running away.
How far away are they? I need a measurement. And
40
I
60
feet?
feet,
And
90
80.
feet.
80 feet? Oh, they're outside the map.
Roughly, because they're at the edges of the page. I couldn't take them any further. But they are still within the 120-foot range, so I haven't taken them off completely.
Well, my range is actually 150 if I have to. I just wanted to know if they were still within 120 for a crossbow shot.
Still within 120, yes.
All right, I'm gonna take a shot at the one on the top right of the screen.
Okay. The closer of the two. The former closer of the two. Oops, I need to. He's dead. I'm having. Excuse me. I'm moving him enough so that I can get to the X and then I can put him back. Okay. He has fallen yet again. Another one impaled on the crossbow bolt.
And after moving, that will be my turn.
Oh. Are you going to deign to do anything with this?
No, they're all pretty much too far away.
Yeah. And there's only one left. So how do you wish to consume your 6 seconds?
I don't know, just standing around, I guess, watching them go.
Okay. Azata.
So how far is this one?
Let's see. He's the one that's at 90 feet away from the original center.
So if I were to move there, he's 60 feet away?
Roughly, yeah.
Yes, very good. Let us... What do I want to do? Yes, we will chill touch! No, we will not.
No, that's the clump of grass in the tundra. The knoll's about 2 feet over to the left of that.
Okay. I'm done.
Alleys.
Okay. Yep, I'm going to throw out 3 bolts of lightning as I swap the element type of magic missile against the null that's fleeing.
3 bolts. Okay, it's dead. It would still be alive if you only had 1 hit point. Anything above 2 hit points, or about 2 hit points or above, and it's dead. All right. And the scuffle and the whines, and oh, I should have just hit the TJ clear. Do that. Come to an end, and it's quiet, except for the red spots around on the snow and tundra around you.
So, check the bodies?
Yeah, we may as well. They might have something useful on them if they live out here.
Like coins. Maybe they have ambushed others.
Gonna go around and systematically start checking them out.
No, systematically searching the knolls. They don't even have adequate clothing. They are skin and bones, starving to the point where the teeth are even a little bit loose. They're looking mangy. They are very much. We're probably looking for food from you. It's not that surprising that they did not put up much of a fight.
On
They
account
have
of the starvation. Yeah.
nothing of use. Yes.
Well, that's that. Just start wiping my hands.
I don't even have enough. All right, back to the Icewind Dale map as we look at where we are. Which direction are you striking out, Azathoth in the lead?
What does your head compass say?
I'm assuming that my head compass says this way.
Pretty close. Let's see.
Here, I have an idea. In my home village, there used to be a game that we would play. One Goliath would hoist another onto their shoulders, and then we would approach another Goliath who has hoisted yet another. And the object was that we would scrabble and fight, trying to knock one Goliath to the ground. It was great fun. I
What does
believe
that have to do?
in the human
Health
tongue it's called
navigation
chicken.
now?
I will lift Tales up on my shoulders as if playing chicken, and you simply point in which direction the head compass leads, and then we will go in that direction.
I mean, I suppose.
Why doesn't he just do it from the ground?
Because my way is better.
I mean, I got a better idea. Why don't we just put Tallies in the front and let him lead?
But he is weak and small.
Since he's the one that
He
knows
will
where we're
surely die.
And I'm probably
Well,
not
just-
the best to try and navigate through this snow.
Fine, get on our shoulders.
Well, Tally's just shrugs. He walks over and just starts trying to climb onto.
All right, and I'm gonna
back.
boost you up, and then I'm gonna say, okay, which way does the head compass point?
And
And he
I point in the
points
direction of the latest
that
arrow.
way. Yes.
right.
Give
I'm just gonna
me
search.
a survival check, please,
Survival.
as we go.
Me or him?
Grapes. Oops. You.
No.
Oh, would it help if I was on the right layer if I wanted to pick this up?
Hey, that's
All
not
right,
bad.
and we go traipsing off. Okay, so
Lancer.
now at this point, after a few more hours, the sun is setting. It's getting dusky, which means it's late afternoon, early evening, and you are coming up to a river to be crossed. The distance
Ooh.
isn't, the direction isn't really changing at this point, and Tali, so you cannot tell. You don't have a sense of strength, so you don't have a sense. So you can't tell if it's because you're going in the right direction to it, or you can't really tell how far away it is.
No, I can just sense the direction, but not the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Are
fine.
we gonna have to cross the river? I don't
would
like the
guess
sound
so.
of that. It's gonna be cold. Hey,
River has
Cairo.
ice along the edges of it, but it is still flowing in the center. And the ice along the edges does not look very thick because the stream's moving pretty fast through right here.
how deep is it? Like, are we able to tell?
What are you doing to try and figure that out?
Looking. I'm using my peepers.
Hard
I mean,
to tell.
can
with
can we see the
ice.
bottom?
Well, yes, it's kind of distorted with the moving water and the ice and things like that. And it's so the river here is about maybe 15 feet across. There's maybe about a 10-foot gap between the edges of the ice.
15 feet across, 10-foot gap. Is there any way to tell how deep it is?
That's what I just
Is there any way
asked.
to tell how deep?
Yeah.
Not could be deceptive. It doesn't look too deep. It's moving pretty fast here, though, so it's probably a little deeper than it looks, but probably not hugely deep.
Hmm.
The
It's only
banks are
15
not
feet
steep. The
wide.
banks are fairly level. Yeah, you got kind of a crusty glaze on top with the ice. You don't see much in the way of vegetation through the crusty glaze. You'd have to
Those are
test
the
your footing.
those are the two worst words you could ever put together. Crusty glaze. I don't like it.
You probably don't have slush underneath the crusty glaze. Might be mud. Hard to say.
Okay, guys, what's the plan to get across the river?
We walk?
Well, from my high vantage point, can I see anything that looks like an easier way to cross?
Looking up and downstream, you'd have to go quite a ways out of your way. I mean, it's not terribly windy. It's pretty straight, fast moving here, and the bank looks pretty consistent for at least a good 50 feet either direction.
Are there any trees growing along the riverbank?
There are not. You just have the tundra and scrub.
Okay, so if we do have to cross, it is going pretty fast. It might be a good idea to have a rope. Like, if we put a rope across it, then we can at least hold on to the rope. But that means one of us has to get over.
I can
kinda
do it.
No, wait, listen. I turn.
No, wait, listen. Give me the rope. I
Okay.
insist. Just give me the rope.
Do I even have rope? Don't you have your own rope?
I look into my pack and I pull out rope. Fine. Here, hold this end.
I hold it.
And I'm gonna walk to the edge of the bank. And I'm gonna look back at Pip. And then I'm going to be enveloped in a cloud of blackish smoke as I dimension door to the other side.
Okay, what does that do to Tolly's on your shoulders? Does he come with?
If he's willing.
Well, yeah, and the weight does not exceed what you can carry because you're carrying him. So.
Yep. So.
Yep.
Me and Tales are just gonna poof to the other side, and then hopefully the other end of the rope is still over there.
Tell me again exactly what you did with the other end of the rope.
He gave it to me.
I told him to hold it.
Okay. Is Pip holding it?
Yes.
Okay, this works.
Yay!
Azathoth and Tales are on the other side, and the rope is stretched across. Well, it's not even hardly stretched. The rope is draped across and dangles into the water.
Yeah, this was such a nicer idea. My idea was you just kind of toss Andwise over, and then he could put in a rope.
I'm gonna cut my hand to my mouth. I told you to hand me the rope!
Yeah.
I knew I could do it.
Okay.
So then we just gotta fasten it. We just like drive it through the ground.
Is there like a tree or a large rock I can tie it around? If not, the always prepared Azathoth does have a hammer and pittance, and am prepared to make a fastening.
I don't have those.
But you don't need to.
Hey,
the rope is on my side. That's where it needs to be anchored.
As long as one
Yeah,
side
you could just drag yourself on the ice.
Azathoth is
Okay.
probably strong enough to just hold it and anchor it himself.
Probably, but is that a risk we want
So
to
I mean,
take?
the only thing you're trying to do is if someone gets caught in the current and ends up with their feet swept out from under them and all keeping them from being
Azathoth
swept
also thought
downstream.
he was perceptive enough to notice the knolls, and we saw how that went.
Okay, yeah, there's that. Fair enough.
Hey, Cairo. If you go across,
Yes.
if you go across, I'll give you like a gift if you let me be on your shoulders. I really do not want to be wet.
You want me to forge this through this raging, gushing river
Hold.
Well,
with you on my back?
We all have to. So I figure, why not help one person out? You know? It won't even be that hard. You see how easy Azathoth made it? We were walking forever with Tolly's on his back. I'm not even that heavy. I'm probably lighter than Tolly's. Plus, it'll be
Fine.
worth it for you.
Fine.
Yay.
Hop on.
And I will gladly do so.
Okay, what roll do I need to make?
What? Either athletics or acrobatics, your choice, depending on whether whether you want to power
Athletics.
across or whether you want to finesse across.
Also, Cairo, hold this rope while you make it across.
Are you taking the rope with? I mean, hold on to it. Okay, so give me a dex save, Pip.
Dex save.
Hoping it'd be low and he'd go splashing
God.
in.
What happened?
All right, so Cairo discovers that the bottom of the stream bed is uneven, and he ends up getting his foot stuck in a hole as he kind of lurches down in. Pip manages to
Excuse
stay
me.
up
Sorry.
and out of the water as Cairo gets wet up to his thigh, and so sort of a bedraggled looking Leonid comes out over scowling as he comes up on the bank, and you also find the bank's pretty darn slippery. There is indeed mud under the Rime. So, anyways, he does trudge out, scowling as he comes up alongside of Azathoth.
Thanks, Cairo. Man, you're the best. You're the best, Cairo.
Don't mention it.
It's fine. Here, I got a gift for you. It'll make it better, okay? Here, let me get off, and then I'll give you your gift. But you have to close your eyes.
And he complies.
And I'm going to pull out a little jar of perfume that I
You know that Leonin have very acute senses, so to me this
Okay.
perfume is like a tincture of death.
For all of us, you really needed it, Cairo. I mean, I don't know when the last
Wet
time
cat.
you bathed, but man, trust me.
Don't
it's
say another word or I will toss you into that river myself.
Understood. Then I'm going to take about 10 feet back from the river.
You know, this brings up a good point. After trudging through the freezing ice and snow, hey, wait a minute, Andwise. And I look, and Andwise is still on the other side of the bank, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes, I am.
Are you coming?
You know, you probably could have taken him too.
Just hold on to the rope. I'll pull you across.
You mean the one that Pip was hanging on to and never handed to me before they took off?
Just throw the one end over. Just throw it over the river. He'll be fine.
I will
It's
do
not
that.
far,
I'll
yeah.
look for a rock, and then I'll just,
Or like a stick. Like
so just anything heavy to tie the end of the rope to. Here, I have an iron pot I'm carrying for some reason.
Why are
tie-
you carrying an iron pot?
I'm always prepared
The end
as a
of the
top. I
rope.
have everything.
You're
The
Uh,
a
end of the
peasant in
rope.
it. You
Yeah,
heat
this
your
Suddenly-
coffee
we
in
cook
it.
in this. We'll wrap the rope around and I'm gonna chuck the pot across the bridge so that the rope can make it that the endwise. And then hopefully he grabs it and I'm gonna drag him and my pot back.
How far across is it on the river?
15 feet?
Bank to bank's about 15 feet. There's a gap between the ice of about 10 feet.
All right. I will grab the pot so Azatop doesn't lose his pot.
Ooh,
I'll
he
grab
can
the
sit
rope.
in it. He can sit in the pot and skate across the ice.
It's not that big of a pot.
Well, you're not that
And
big.
I'm not that small.
I like my idea better. Ooh, look,
Can
a
I
sled.
just run and try to jump the gap?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. What if rules on jumping? You can jump up to your okay, what are the rules of
it's your
I
strength
just
score. If you have 10 feet to run, you can move. You can jump up to your
Up to your
strength
s-
score.
yeah.
Yeah.
And your strength score is
More than 10.
Pitiful. I'm gonna holler across to Azatop, telling him that when I jump, I want him to pull that rope as hard as he can.
Oh,
Because I know I cannot clear this jump on my own.
just hold on to the rope. It's fine.
He doesn't
You don't
wanna get
even need
wet.
to jump.
Okay, it was thigh high to the cat. I barely stand taller than that.
You'll be fine, I promise. You'll just be dipped for a minute and then I'll pull you out.
Wait, no. Try this. I want you to try to yank him while he's in the air.
Oh, okay, fine.
I want to
If
see
you
how
say
this
so.
will work.
Gonna break his neck.
I don't.
feel like I
Alright.
should have you guys roll something, but just
Yeah.
do it.
Fasten the rope to my waist. Take
Uh,
running
yoink!
start
Take
and leap.
You got to do like a cannonball when you're in the air. Makes you more aerodynamic.
In the pot.
All right. Give me an acrobatics and ice. You know what? You only get a toe tip wet. Between these efforts, you managed to get across. It does not look dignified, I will tell you that. But you're not all soggy. So chalk that up as a success.
Ah, see, it's all thanks to my iron pot. All right. Anywho,
So,
now that we've crossed the river, I think maybe it would be beneficial to
Crossed.
take an hour, maybe dry out our equipment, grab something to eat. When's the last time we ate?
you might have stopped for lunch. I don't know. You didn't mention stopping for lunch, but we don't mention every little thing. So an hour rest would certainly be fine.
Sounds good. Although it'll likely be dark by the time we're done, based on the time of day now.
Fine. It's all fine.
So we should probably start looking for somewhere to bed down for the night.
For the night?
Want to get a little, yeah. So it's like right now, say maybe like 4 p.m.
Oh, okay.
So dusky, but not very late. You've been traveling since around 8 a.m. And Pip, a chill wetness goes down your back, and you find yourself cringing.
Turn around and glare. Okay, who keeps doing that?
There is no one immediately behind you.
I'm gonna
hate
stop,
this
turn
place.
around, look behind Pip. What are you yelling about?
Got my eyes on you. I hate this place. It's all cold. Half the sites aren't even nice. Everything's wet.
No, you are still feeling off in the direction. Looking ahead after some sort of rolling hills, you can kind of see a rise in the distance, maybe another hour or so away. That looks like it's got trees on it. Could provide a little bit of shelter for the night.
So, are we going for a
I think-
long now?
Well, I don't know what you guys want to do. So it would take you, like, let's say about an hour or so to get here. You can't really tell what the train is after that, and you don't even know how far you need to go yet.
And based on what time we set off and the time that it is now, I mean, we've been traveling for 8 hours already.
You guys are pretty well supplied on rations, so you're not going to have to do hunting. You just passed a water source. If you need to refill your water,
Water skins.
skins, thank you. Words. Okay.
Words hard.
Words are really hard.
Are hard.
Okay, so you guys gonna keep trudging on?
You know, Cairo, if you didn't like the perfume, I do also have a bar of soap, and there is a river right there.
Yes, a river I can so easily dunk you into.
Okay, I'm still sensing hostility there. We'll talk about it another time.
Okay. So assuming you're continuing on, because no one has said you're not, coming up into the woodlands, give me another survival check.
Me?
The woods here, there's a fair amount of underbrush. You don't see any trails that have crossed through. And you're kind of stymied because it's kind of like it's like the underbrush is sort of going crisscross across, and you aren't quite sure how to tackle this. And Polly's is still pointing that away. How do you guys want to tackle this one? Kind of middle dark at this point because it was a little over an hour, past, so it's kind of full
Yeah,
dark.
now that we've gotten to the tree line, I mean, at least if we were to set up camp, we'd have some cover.
Okay, sure. If that's what we want to do.
You're going to try to get into the trees. You're not seeing a trail, and it looks like, you kind of have what looks like a mass of vegetation in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to avoid the trees. We can cut through the forest, as long as we keep following our brain compass. Be okay.
Sounds like a plan to me.
So get into the forest, break camp for the night, and then keep moving.
How are you tackling the vegetation to make your way through?
I have a glaive. It's long and
Yep.
sharp.
Glaives and firebolts.
Okay, so slow slogging. It takes you a good hour to get where all of you are inside of the forest, have enough of a path in that you managed to get into it. You've got some shelter. You're getting a little on the tired side here with all of that whack, whack. Is anyone else doing anything other than the brute force method?
I'm not.
Okay. So, after about an hour in, are you going to keep whacking, or are you going to stop and take your long rest?
break for camp.
You said after an hour we're in the. Are we in the tree line now? But after an hour?
It takes about an hour to get fully inside the trees, yes. So that
Okay.
all of you can be inside of the trees because you've been doing this the hard way.
Yeah, that's what we said we were gonna do.
Yes, it is. Okay. All right, so you all make camp. Let's see how comfortable your camp is. Whoever's working on making camp, give me some sort of survival rolls. Do you find dry wood for your fire? Do you find what? It's actually,
Wait.
you're gonna have a hot meal
We
tonight.
wouldn't need it. We wouldn't need wood. We have magic. Look at that. Instant bonfire.
That's true. Instant
Yeah.
bonfire.
It
And
only
you
lasts a
actually have
minute.
a pretty comfortable camp. You guys take some of the vegetation that you chopped away at with your hard labors, and you've actually managed to make some pretty soft things that you put your bedroll on, and it has you a little bit up off the ground and all that. So you guys actually, for reap the rewards of your hard work, and you manage to settle in for the night. What are you doing about watch?
I'll take first watch. Because then that just means I don't have to crawl out of bed.
No. That's fine. I will handle the watch.
The
Okay, fine.
entire watch?
The entire watch.
Sounds good to me, and I am going to go immediately to sleep. I want to be warm and cozy.
Okay. Tell me about this handling the entire watch.
I'm just gonna sit here and be bored as I watch over the party and maybe grab something to eat. I'll stand off to the side and swing my glaive around, just in chopping motions. It's practice.
Okay. And what are you doing to avoid exhaustion?
Nothing. I don't require
Okay.
breathing, drinking, or sleeping.
Right.
I PM do all this before.
Right. Yep. No, okay.
I don't think
How
I
about
need
the rest
food
of you
either,
guys?
actually. But I like food.
I'm assuming that the rest of us are gonna go to sleep since Azathoth's taking the watch.
Okay. Azathoth, over the course of the night, he goes on, the clouds part, and you can see the stars up there through you can see the stars up there through because the trees are kind of bare up there, and it's really kind of clear out there. And as you're looking around and combating boredom, sparring with imaginary things with your glaive, in the early pre-dawn hours, you catch a glimpse of something. Like just a brief flash. And you turn and you look at it a little more carefully. So it's that way. And then you see almost the blinking, you see a pair of eyes. And an ice cream cloud.
Gonna take my glaive, and I'm gonna take the butt end of it, and I'm just gonna whack whatever tent is closest.
Okay, so you're gonna whack into the brush where you saw this.
No. The tent.
No?
Whoever's tent is closest.
Oh, the tent. Whoever's tent is closest. That would be Andwise's.
Haha.
What? I thought you were taking the watch.
Watch is over. Something's here.
Oh, and you can't handle it yourself, so you needed me? Alright, where's it at?
Maybe next time I let it eat. Can you sneak into the other tent? Wake the others. They should be on the ready.
assume you're speaking quietly, or are you just using your normal voice?
I would of course be very, very quiet as much as that allows. So probably, yeah, my normal voice. That's
Okay. Oh, I should delete too far. Okay, and so right after you have said this, as Andwise is turning to move, you hear a rustle.
Russell, why are you in that bush? Okay.
Andwise, what are you doing?
I'm immediately going into stealth as soon as I hear something. Because he said something was out there, so that puts me on alert right off the bat. You want a stealth roll, or
Can I?
Well, if you're just staying put, so going into stealth right at the moment you're inside of a tent and you haven't moved, so.
yeah? But he also asked me to wake everybody else up, and now I know something's out there because I just heard it. So I do need to sneak to the other tents to wake them up without
Okay,
causing
go
a
ahead.
large ruckus.
Go ahead and give me stealth then, yeah. Okay. I'm pretty quiet.
I'd like to try and look in the direction of wherever this was. See if I can catch a glimpse of it, or try to figure out what's hunting our camp currently.
Okay.
Perception, investigation. What do you?
Actually, probably more pertinent is going to be stealth.
You want
How
me?
quietly you move. Yeah. 'Cause I think that's actually going to be more pertinent to what you see than anything else.
Well,
Let's see.
frick.
And I'm going to move the party to the back to the random encounters.
So I rolled a 12.
Okay.
Hey, wait.
And so as you are walking over, let me give a bush here to, let's see, we got a nice
Happy little bush.
bush here. Nice happy little, okay, happy little bush. Okay. You see a glimpse of fur kind of right behind our happy little bush.
I'm gonna take a step forward. And then I'm going to do the sensible thing here and try to cut the bush in two. Just chop it.
Okay, so the bush is now not quite so happy. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. The bush is scowling at you because it now has little pieces sloughing off. And there is a and a big rustle as something somewhat large starts to move. And I'm still on the wrong tool. Let's do it.
All right. While he was moving towards the bush, I'm going to be moving towards that first tent nearby.
Hey, wait, 4 tents? I thought we only had.
Yeah, we had
Ooh.
3. It would
Three?
be
Three?
Tallies and Landar, you and Andwise, and me and Cairo. That's how we always did it.
Okay, well, so feel free to use the tents, however. Anyways, and a large shape snarls and starts moving off. It doesn't like that.
So it's leaving. It didn't. That's okay. How many hours have they been asleep at this point?
That's 6.
Okay, so enough that we're not. Nobody's gonna be exhausted if they stay awake.
Correct.
So I'm gonna, as it moves away, I'll kind of step back into the camp, make sure everybody's awake, peek my head in. Tallies, are you in there? You awake? I guess he would be, right? I whacked his tent with the pole arm.
Okay. So, Andwise, when you come out of the tent that you are currently in, you come face to face with a little beastie who's looking at you kind of curiously.
All right, I will freeze and just stare at it, try and get like Azatoth's attention or someone else's attention. Kira and Pip, or Cairo and Pip, I would have woke them up when I was in their tent though, so they're going to be coming out here shortly as well.
Yep.
Endwise, remember that lady? She wanted information about Chwinkas?
Thought she wanted us. What did she want?
Info
Did she
on
want us to
Chwinkas. Yeah.
Capture one?
No, she just wanted information. It's what I have in my notes. You guys are cute. Endwise, tread carefully. We have, let's say, a delicate situation here. The crag cat doesn't seem to be so interested in us, but we also don't want to completely ignore it. It could come back. So, as long as we tread cautiously, we should be fine. Just stay alert and try not to upset that.
I'm going to try and back away slowly, back towards like my tent. And
Okay, I'm gonna kind of kneel down. Hey, little guy. What are you doing?
Picks up a stick that it had kind of next to it that was a little hard to tell that it wasn't part of it when it was just sitting there. And it brings the stick up in front of it. And and then it suddenly moves like it's going to poke at you with it.
Oh, I'll find my own stick. Just a tiny twig. And I'll hold it up. On guard!
And it pokes at you.
And I block.
And it goes skittering back. Just kind of squealing just a little bit. That's kind of a quiet little voice. And it turns around. And it comes back towards you again.
Uh-huh.
And it's going to hit you.
And this time, I'm not gonna block. I'm just gonna let it hit me. And I'm gonna go, ah! And I'll fall down on my back.
Struts up as if it's the mighty victor.
Yeah, you got me.
Sort of settles back down next to the fire and it's sort of looking at you kind of curiously.
I'll pull out one of my salted fishes. Break off a little piece.
And it looks at you curiously. It sort of sits back a little curiously.
I'll put it in my mouth and eat it, and then grab another piece and hold it out.
It's like light, dog. It's like, oh, he knows. It sort of scrabbles around, and it has one stick that kind of has a couple of little prongs, and it has another stick that's just straight, and it holds its two sticks and it starts poking them at the little piece of food. As
Okay.
if trying to use a knife and fork with it.
Yeah, I
Actually, I have a
set it
graphic
up.
for this, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I'll find it.
All right, while Azathoth is playing with the Chewinga, I'm going to be listening and watching for the cat that he said was in the bushes, just to make sure it doesn't come back up on us.
So,
Oops, there. The picture shows more than one. You only have one, but anyways.
okay, now that is awesome. Actually, always prepared Azathoth. I think I have a mess kit, which would have like silverware in it.
Wood.
Box contains cup and simple cutlery. Yeah, I'm gonna take out the fork and the little knife. I'm gonna kind of lay them on the ground.
And it dances over and picks them up, and it starts poking at the pieces of food with it. And it's playing happily.
So, since it's content to play around, I'm gonna turn my attention to the rest of the group. We can finish our rest here. Start breaking down the tent. Grab your food for the day. But shouldn't linger too long.
Anyone else doing anything or responding to that?
Tally's will just kind of nod, and he'll turn and look at his tent, and he'll just gather his stuff up, and then kind of start doing some notes and writing and doing what he needs to do because he still needs to prepare his spells for the day.
Okay. So you all start going about your normal morning activities. Oh, being crushed. Okay. So morning dawns. I assume somewhere in this we've fixed breakfast, which the Chwinga watches very attentively at, how you use utensils when you do it. And if you start using a spoon with porridge, it wants a spoon. It doesn't eat any of the stuff, but it wants a spoon. So, anyway, are we ready to head off for the day?
Yeah. After the long rest is completed, everybody is ready to go. After they've eaten their food, I will subtract a ration. Pop. And I'm gonna stoop back down and collect my cutlery.
Nope.
Oh well, I kind of need it back. I mean,
As a top, I'm sure I'll be fine.
Well,
I know.
no. Listen, I can let you keep it, but the law of my people is that there must always be an exchange. If you wish to keep these things, you have to give me something in return.
It's looking consideringly at you. it's looking expectantly at you.
Start reaching for the little fork again.
And then it starts looking speculatively at you. And it sort of whaps your hand with the fork, and you see in your hand a little token that has what looks almost like an image of a snowshoe on it.
Oh,
And it's looking expectantly at you. Like, are you gonna take my cutlery?
I look at the little snow charm and back at the Chwinga, and I hold out my hands. They're yours to keep.
The finger sort of it's sort of dancing around.
Good.
Okay.
All
So
the
it's
better.
the party. Is the party ready to head out for the morning here? It's still pretty dark because this is Icewind Dale, and it isn't dawn until like 10 a.m. But oddly enough, and even without a roll, you find that once you're packed up and you start looking and you look to Tolly's who says that away, it's almost like the forest just opens a path for you.
Ooh.
And you're able to just head through in the direction that Tolly's pointed.
That's good.
Okay, so travel along. And it is practically balmy for Icewind Dale. I mean, it's probably only just barely below freezing here. And it's pretty nice and clear, and it feels good. It feels like, okay, yeah, we can travel in this. This is no problem. As you head out, you find it's actually pretty easy walking for a while till you get through the woods. And the woods actually aren't that it actually isn't that difficult to just head straight in. And as you come along, there's a nice little valley here between the, let me move the token so you can actually see it under the token. There's a nice little valley here between the woods and the hills. And you are continuing on southward. By midday, you're down here at the foot of these hills. And it is still pointing
Oh my gosh, Tallies, where are you taking us?
still going that way.
Well, I am if I was a betting man, I would say it might be here.
Yeah, but they can't see that.
Oh,
But
thought it was
only
actually
you
on the
can
map.
see that. I have not actually done that yet.
Wow, way to go.
It looked like it was on the map. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, getting to the hills and still seeing that it's south, and obviously we can see up the hill and we can't see any obvious. I'm assuming that we can't see any obvious ways in. I would probably suggest that we go around, and rather than climbing up the mountain, we'd go
I
around
like
it.
that
and
idea
see.
too.
We'll say also, actually, I'm going to move that up a little bit because I need it to be higher on the mountain. Okay, and actually, as you start moving around the mountain, the direction changes pretty fast. You can tell that we're now heading, you don't have to move very far before, you're pointing to it, which is indicating you're a lot closer than you were when you move sideways like that. Okay, So you're going to make your way. It's going to take... It is still reasonably easy going along here, and the weather's still pretty good, so it's only going to take you maybe 3 hours or so to get around. And you can see up on the mountain, up above you, you can see... It looks like it's been disturbed. It looks like there's kind of a scar on the mountain.
Well, if I were a betting man, I would probably say that that's where we need to go.
Stress signal, scar on the mountain. It does kind of add up, yeah. Okay, I need to change this. Okay, so are you going to tackle this? This hill is pretty steep between here and there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's no obvious trail.
Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. So I'm just gonna walk up and start climbing the mountain, oblivious to the fact that may be difficult for others. But the idea of climbing the mountain wouldn't faze me as odd or extreme at all.
Would not, because your people live in the mountains.
That's right.
And you are unaware of any tribes based this far west.
That's good also.
I just hope I'm part mountain goat.
Are you a mountain goat?
I don't think I am.
Time to find out if Kavaki has blessed you with his being.
And maybe Cairo's a mountain lion.
Ah,
Ooh.
yes.
Oh,
I think by looking at Cairo, we could tell he's not a mountain lion.
I don't know, he's snowy white.
I'll take the bonus action dash to just
mountain lions don't have
terrain.
names.
So we're using all means we have at our hands in order to scrabble our way up this hillside. All right. So, early afternoon, as we get up here. You come up kind of where that scar is. You can kind of see where there's a furrow, and you're coming up to, maybe within 100 yards or so of it. And you start seeing, as you trudge into this, you start seeing the glow of an outline of something kind of up ahead as you're getting to it. Yeah, and I need to scroll to the point. As you look ahead, it almost looks like a cephalopod thing with slimy and ropey tentacles, but I mean, this thing's very large.
Cephalopod. What is
maybe
that?
The tentacles as thick as a tree trunk as you go up ahead. And it looks like it tried and failed to bury its bulk in the snow, kind of. So you got the track that goes up to it, and it's up ahead to it. And as you start moving towards it, actually, how are you going to approach towards it? You're 100 yards or so away from it.
Do you think we could walk around it? Like, do we have to go close?
Is it
Ollie
obvious?
doesn't have to go very far to the side to think that that's where this thing seems to be coming. The signal seems to be coming from.
Yeah, that's our destination.
I mean, could we take like a
No, we're gonna.
like a wide?
No, of course not. We're going to walk up bravely and directly.
Okay, you do that. I believe in you.
I will do
Give him a
that.
little pat on the back.
Walk right up to it, shouting,
Okay.
"Hello! Who is in there?"
As you start walking, before you get too terribly close, you notice a sudden scuttling, and the snow near you starts shuffling and starts coming towards you as more
Oh,
things here. So what you're seeing here is in the background, the thing in the background is the thing in the background, and in the foreground are a couple of things coming out of the snow at you. And I did put together an encounter map. I did, didn't I? I think I'm on snowy encounters. I'm pretty sure I'm on snowy encounters.
yes.
Yes, I need to take off Landar, and yes, you should be able to see carrion crawlers in the distance heading your way. Did I move you guys to the right map? Yes, I did move
Yes.
you to the map.
All right.
Okay.
Well, before we begin, Mage Armor.
Okay.
Why do you not do that in the morning?
Because I didn't need.
Step to the front, weapon at the ready.
Because I myself forget.
Okay. While he's putting on mage armor, let's go ahead and roll some initiative, unless you're not going to try to encounter these things.
I mean, if the rest of the party is gonna have to join.
Okay. So I've
As
got
they're coming
their
towards,
sheet up. I'm sorry, what was that?
Tali's, as they're coming towards, because they're within the range of it, Tali's is going to say to the creatures telepathically, "What is your intention?" As long as they speak a language, they can understand me and respond if they choose to.
Yeah, they can. Yeah. They. The sense that you have coming back from them is defense, attack, and destroy the intruders.
Okay, Tali's will say that they mean to harm us.
You
But
think?
they're defending this place.
They're charging at us. Obviously, we put them down.
All right, do I have everybody here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do. And
Should let
Wise.
Azathoth go first.
I'm
Before
like,
me. I mean,
Oh, okay. You can defer to Azathoth in the sequence. Yes. Okay, and Wise. As these things are plowing through the snow towards you.
All right. From where I'm at, I think they're too far for a.
And the ship, the thing is off the edge of the map, but not far off the edge of the map in that lower corner that they're coming from.
We're gonna shoot at the one on top from right there.
All right, that's a hit. It is not surprise, but it takes the piercing. Helps if I use the right keys. There we go. Okay, anything else?
Nope, that's all my movement and my attack, so I'm done.
All right. The critters come charging. I need to measure this. At a dash, they make the full 60 feet, so they get about that edge of the That's tough.
Yes. I am going to charge forward as well. 25. We're gonna go here. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast a spell. I reach my hand forward and I start to curse in some unknown language. And as I do, you can see ethereal spirits rising up from the ground and beginning to swirl around me. The spirits are also armored and covered in with spikes, and I'm gonna cast Spirit Shroud. So
Ew.
these spirits, as they swirl around me, whenever I deal damage, I deal extra damage, and anything inside that radius, their movement speed is reduced.
Good.
So that is a bonus action. I'm now going to take my action.
I love that aura look.
Yeah.
Super.
I'm going to use my action now. We will attack the one to the north.
Okay. The one that was injured by Andrise.
Sure. Yes. So we attack.
That's a hit.
So that is a hit. It is going to take 13. Nope. And it is going to take 2d8. It's fourth level spell slot. So 13, 19, 24 damage in total. And its movement speed is reduced by 20.
Is that on top of the being starting in your aura and being reduced?
Because it's
Or is that
slashing
included?
damage.
Okay.
Because there's two
So
effects.
Your glaive comes through and slices cleanly into this creature that lets out a sound.
Yeah.
And it's not going to move very fast next time.
No.
So its speed is reduced by
20.
how much from your aura?
10. And then
10,
an
and
additional
another
10 because of the
20?
slashing.
Oh, so 20 total. Okay.
20 in total.
Okay. It's going to be slow. All right. Anything else?
That's action, bonus action.
Hip.
I'm gonna put my hand on Kairo's shoulder. Okay, you got this. You're gonna go in there. You're gonna hurt him, right? I'm gonna slap him on the back and give him an inspiration.
Yep.
And then, just to be safe, step behind Tolly's, and that will be it.
Okay, Cairo. Oh, I didn't use the jacker thing. There we go.
Okay, I'm going to move down here. As a bonus action, I will cast Wrathful Smite.
Okay. And then make your attack. So it'll add 3 this time, okay?
Alright. Oh, and it has to make a wisdom save or be frightened.
When you hit it.
When you hit it, yeah. I think you hit it. Okay, wisdom save. I don't know if these things are very wise. Let's see, wisdom save. Yeah, they're not very wise. Okay, so we have got a total of 28 damage, it looks like.
He needs to roll again for the smite. Because the smite adds a dice to the attack.
Yes.
Well,
yes,
he
because we
did
doubled
roll
the
it
smite.
twice on accident. So, I mean, if you just want to
yes, let me
count
take
the
the-
6.
Yeah, so I'll just take the 3 twice. So, okay, we've got take another 3 off of that. And
Pip's
that
gonna yell.
comes through and also cleaves cleanly into the carapace of these things. You'd think these creatures had never seen a sharp weapon before.
Pip's gonna yell from the background. Woo, Cairo!
Okay, that's it for me.
Okay, Tallies.
Alright, Tully's is just going to step down so he's got a better position. And I'm going to throw out a firebolt at that carrier gorilla there.
The one at the top,
Uh-huh.
that is a hit. And it goes sizzling in and searing along stripe along the side of it that looks really nasty and ouch. Twice before you take your turn, there is actually, you're able to notice now some motion between where we are and the big thing token layer, and a person sort of with a, is coming up, and it has a black box thing in its hands, and it is switching, it's making some motions with it. Okay, Handwise, you may take your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna pick up a rock from down by my feet. Mentally, of course. And basically from here... Hang on a second. Basically through this carrion crawler at that guy that's coming up.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I need a dex save from the crawler first.
Alright, the crawler takes the 13.
Let's see, let me make sure I'm doing the right one. It's this crawler, correct? Where are you? Yes, that crawler. So it comes splatting through, splats on that, and it goes prone. Fails at advice. Anything else from our fearsome rogue?
No, I'm gonna chuckle to myself that it went splat, and then I'm going to move from
Oh, right,
this
splat.
side, and I'm gonna move over around the back side over here.
Lining up the next shot.
Well, I can do it from any angle, but
Mm-hmm.
a new combatant, the more friendlies I keep between me and him, less likely I am to get hit.
Okay. So this crawler that had been barreling up, it's been barreling up. It got hit by Cairo, and it stops. And I mean, it's kind of millipede sort of shape, but it kind of hunches itself back, and it just stops.
So it didn't attack?
Oh, I forgot to. I okay, and I'll put this guy on their turn too. And this guy sort of nods in satisfaction and tucks the black box into his belt pouch. Now it's Azathoth's turn.
Well, I think we're going to try and kill the giant worm. So we will attack him with our glaive. 23.
And Tully's, you hear, that is a hit. Tully's, you hear an exasperated voice going, "Oh, really? That is hardly necessary at this point."
And then, well, we have a bonus action. So we're going to whack it with the other end of this. And then we're going to hit this button twice.
Yeah. That is an X carrion crawler.
And then, well, I don't know anything. I'm gonna start charging towards this thing, whatever it is, screaming the whole time. Ah! And I'm done.
Okay, Pip.
Curses. Well, there goes my idea. Well, first I'll at least move up. And then, oh yeah, I have 35 feet of movement. Okay, one more space. And nope. Well, I will. I'm going to cast Heroism on Cairo.
Okay, go ahead and link it.
That doesn't help. There we
Yeah.
go.
How do we? There we go. On Cairo.
And you get 5 temp HP.
5 temp HP at the start of each of your turns.
Yes.
Although obviously they don't stack, but if you lose any,
Yeah, just
you
Then
refresh.
it's 5.
it's like you get a little shield.
Oh.
Well, you were too far away. So,
Anything else?
Cairo, get in there. I'll slap him again. Come on, you're lagging behind.
You're so gentle in your casting of buffs on your teammates here.
I know. I like. I like the the encouragement.
He's like, go,
Yeah,
go,
it
go,
seems
do
You
it!
can do it,
effective,
buddy.
though.
Go,
Cairo!
It seems effective though. Okay, anything else, Pip?
No.
Cairo.
All right. I am going to try and similarly back up Azathoth. And stride forward.
That's a movement. Are you
And
gonna move? Are you gonna continue to move any further, or are you just gonna call it good?
I think I'm gonna call it good.
Always.
All right, let me just check how far away it is. Yep.
Not
Tally's
far
is
enough.
going to. Tally's is going to say telepathically to it, "You're not going to try and fight us as well, are you? Because it won't end well for you if you do."
This is while Azathoth is still mid scream.
Yeah, this is while Azathoth is screaming and charging at the thing.
And Cairo's approaching as well.
And the response back is kind of a huffy, certainly not. I'm hoping to trade with you.
Okay, so I'm going to move forward my 30 feet, and I'm going to say, I mean, it doesn't say that there's any sort of limit to it, so I'm just going to say to everybody, hold up. Apparently, this thing just wants to trade with us.
Oh?
Yeah, the worms, I guess, may be different, but this thing wants to trade.
I would stop running. So even though like I stop running, all the spirits are still swirling and like yelling, ah!
Talos will ask the creature telepathically, does it speak any languages besides telepathy? That maybe the
2
rest
weeks
of the
ago,
party
I
can
knew that.
communicate.
Let me.
Undercommon.
I think it knows Gnomish.
Wonderful.
Deep speech, gnomish, undercommon.
Yes, deep speech, Gnomish, and undercommon. Yeah. It sort of gives a mental shrug. I speak Gnomish if that's of any use to you.
Tallies doesn't understand Gnomish.
It mentally says that in Gnomish.
Yeah.
And getting a sort of befuddled back, it's kind of like,
Looking at the creature, I'm gonna try Undercommon and say, do you understand this language?
yes, certainly.
Okay. I'm kind of
Why
gonna
not?
look around the party. Like, does anybody else understand this language? And I say in Undercommon.
What?
I'll start talking in Goliath.
Okay. It looks like I'm
Anyone
gonna have.
continuing in a hostile manner?
I trust Thales. If he says he's not going to attack
Yeah,
us,
this is what I'm asking. Is anybody continuing hostilities?
I am not going to end my spell prematurely. So they will continue to swirl around as like these ghoulish specters wielding weapons flit around and yell and scream at the thing. But I'm gonna stand there and
my
be
real
totally.
question, of course, is my real question, of course, is do I keep the turn tracker going?
No.
Is anyone continuing with hostilities?
No. So I
Okay,
guess
Cairo to stop in his tracks, but he's still holding his weapon firm. He doesn't know if he can trust this creature.
Okay. And Endwise?
We've seen something that looks similar to this thing before. So
Did we?
my reply would basically be something along the lines of that.
Okay.
Wait, what have we seen that looked like this before?
We've seen strange-looking creatures in the other cave that were completely hostile. I don't understand a word he just said.
Can't we
I
all
did-
understand him when he's
I did
telepathic?
say
though?
So yeah, I telepathically said to everybody, this thing just wants to trade with us. We don't need to fight it.
Don't trust it. I still take the shot with the catapult.
Okay. You take the shot with the catapult. I'll go ahead and keep that. And you're going to be next in turn. Dex save. Which it fails the dex save. Does it have any sort of reaction? Okay, it's action.
You're just gonna pull out that gat it was holding and kill you. Did you see the picture?
It does have one of those on its belt. Nope, that's action too. All right, it takes it. That was 8 bludgeoning. And Tully's, you are hey, as the creature sort of turns and turns back. It had started turning away and it's now turning back.
You hit it in the back.
Tully says, like, I tried to tell them to stop, but I mean, this guy just wants to kill stuff.
Okay, so it is their turn. He's going to sort of put his hands out clearly empty and take a couple of steps back. That's all he's going to do in his turn. Azathoth.
So I'm already just kind of standing here. Just not really. I'm gonna move forward, but like I'm kind of holding my weapon like at my side, not ready to strike anymore. And still goes. And just kind of look at him.
Okay.
I'm done.
Pip.
I'm gonna move up with Cairo just to kind of get a better view of what we're looking at. But besides that, I mean, I'm not doing anything.
Cairo.
I sort of shuffle around and shout out to the creature. We have heard legends about squid-headed creatures like you. Do you intend to trade for our brains? And that's it.
Okay. Tully's.
All right. Tallies is going to turn to Anwise and say, "We really don't need to fight it. The rest of us are on guard. If it tries anything, we'll deal with it. But until then, like, don't attack it because, you know, we may lose out on a potential ally and be somebody who could actually tell us what's going on here. Don't kill your sources of information." And I'm going to actually move, and I guess dash to get a bit further forward. Sorry about him. I'll say telepathically to the creature. Sorry about him. He's, I don't know. Like I said, he's a little trigger happy. Hopefully he'll not try and attack anymore.
I mean, after taking a shot and then not retaliating, I mean, that kind of goes a long way to showing you it's a bro, right? Like it's.
So what is it that you wanted to trade? And I guess that's kind of going to be my turn.
when it speaks telepathically, like it only talks to one person at a time. You can't talk to all of us.
Good question that I don't actually know the answer to.
Well, I
You'd
mean,
think I would have looked that up, and I
do know
apparently
the answer.
didn't. So I've been thinking one person at a time.
It
Alright,
would
I'm
just
gonna
be
move
like
there.
shouting like a word out loud. Like anybody in range could hear it.
I'm going to keep my
Looking at-
crossbow out, but I'm not going to take another shot. With the rest of the party standing down,
Yeah,
I will
it says. Monster stealthily. Go. Continue on. Continue on there, Giz.
He said he was done.
Okay. Another creature. The contacted creature doesn't need to share a language to communicate this way. A creature without telepathy can receive and respond, but can't initiate it. It seems to be a creature. It talks to a creature at a time.
Okie
Is
dokie.
my reading of this. Spartan, do you agree?
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, it also
Okay.
says that it doesn't require an action, so there's nothing stopping me from being able to just tell everybody anyway.
Correct.
I mean, in terms of turn order, obviously
Correct.
we're limited by 6 seconds, but
Yeah, no, but just talking, I mean, talking stuff concurrently can go by. Okay, Andwise has stood down. I'm going to suspend the turn tracker. I'm going to stop advancing the turn tracker, but I will reserve the right to bring it back on depending on what happens. Tallies, as you get a little bit closer, you notice it has something that it's clicking. Sort of a click, 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 almost an electronic click, 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 click. And as you came closer, it was clicking faster.
what's that you've got clicking there?
He pulls it out and he holds it. He walks up to you, and it is clicking right. And it's just almost on the edge of your hearing. It's got kind of a little bit of a squeal. It says, "You're the person I want to talk to."
Okay. What is it that you want to talk about? And I kind of relate to the party. Like, he says apparently he wants to talk to me.
Bit of a problem, a bit of a situation here, and we need to fix it. And you have something we might be able to use to fix it.
Okay.
Sort of like a crystalline thing. It's about like probably yay big, maybe purple on the side, you know?
I take out the psi crystal and hold it up.
That's it.
I don't hold it
Yes.
out, but hold it sort of up.
Right. That's it. What do you want for it?
What do you have?
What is it saying?
Apparently it wants this crystal.
What is it gonna
Needs
give
it
us?
to fix something. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Oh, sorry.
Get
Look, we
something
were-
good.
Does it have gold?
No.
Well, what if it has something like magical? I mean, we'll get gold regardless.
Well, why don't you come in? Why don't you come in? We'll look around. We'll see what we can come up with for a trade. You see, we had a bit of an incident and we crashed.
I'm gonna turn
And
to Andwise. Hey,
and our Nautiloid is a bit on the disabled side, and I'm pretty sure that that would substitute for the component that's broken, and I think we could get it back up and running again if we have that. So come in, kind of see what we have, and let's sort of see what you might be interested in.
hey, Andwise.
Yeah.
If they have a lot of really cool stuff, or like a lot of gold,
Andwise nods as soon as he asks. As soon as he makes that comment, Andwise starts nodding.
all right. I'm gonna give him a little fist bump.
All right, so I'm expecting all sorts of messages. I'm actually going to stop us there, and we shall enter into the ship next time, which is 2 or 3 weeks from now.
I know. Very sad.
3 or 4 weeks from now? I don't remember how far it is from now.
No.
A long time.
It's, yeah, well, because
get that
next
out
week is
just
the
what's up.
con, and then the week after is the 4th of July. And then the week after that, hopefully everybody's back and ready to find out what's inside this goofy cephalopodic spaceship. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you did, make sure you hit that follow button. Join us in the Discord. That's where you need to be if you want to get involved in a game yourself. And I will see you next time.